Good evening, my friends. This is me again. As usually, my internet is having issues. I don't know what else to do. I just know how to pray now. Now I'm going to pray to be able to see if we can get connected without a problem. Anyway, I hope it's working. I hope you can see me. And we are not going to have more issues, but I was recording and then everything turned off and said my internet connection was poor. I see here that I have 4 full bars, so I really do not understand what's going on. Anyway, so let's continue. So today, before we start, I just want to post here our YouTube channel. So it's my InnerLight. I'm gonna write it here. So it's my InnerLight YouTube channel. So there you can see all the recordings that we have from this book that we started a few months ago. But you can also see lectures that I have given in different subjects. You can also see charitable work that I used to do in New York, and I do now here in Miami. So if you want, please go to YouTube and click to subscribe, so you will be able to see all this beautiful work. And the most important, you will be able to share, to spread the news of Spiritism in English among your friends. We know in Portuguese Spiritism is very well known, but in English it's not. So we need more people studying books, giving lectures, talking about it, so we will be able to help our friends that do not speak Portuguese to be able to understand a little bit about this beautiful doctrine. Anyway, I just want to remind you to have your bottle of water. As I always like to say, in Spiritism, we believe it can become a medication for us, given from the enlightened spirits. So it's important, even if you are not sick, you want to get even healthier. So put your bottle of water, and during our final prayer, it will be blessed, and it will have your unique and special medication there. So now let's just do a quick prayer, so we will be able to connect with the enlightened spirits, and I will be better assisted, and you also. So whenever you listen to this talk, you will be able to grasp the teachings that not that I am giving, but I'm just reading and talking about it with you. Okay? So, dear God, beloved Master Jesus, we would like to ask for your guidance, your inspiration, your help in order to be able to do this little work, to be nicer, to be more enlightened, and to touch the hearts of our brothers and sisters who will be listening to it. Please stay with us now and always. Thank you so much. So be it. Very good. That's it. That's it. So I see Teresa here. Hello, Teresa. What did you say? Red is your color. Well, I can tell you when I was younger, I really loved red. Now that I'm older, I'm kind of pinkish. But I'm never going to be beige for sure. Okay, so let's go. If you have the book, we are going to start, as always, with the book Among Brothers of Other Lands. So we studied this book for 40 minutes, and then we studied the Gospel According to Spiritism for 20 minutes. And as I like to say, I have noticed many times that people stay for the first book, they enjoy it, but then when we go to the Gospel, they leave because they don't understand. They don't think the gospel is important. And especially today, the lesson that we are going to be doing in the gospel is very connected to the chapter 9. So it would be really good if you could stay throughout the whole thing. It's only 1 hour. You know, 1 hour is nothing. I always have problems. Look at right now. It's 9:09. We already spent 10 minutes. So let's go. Let's go. So chapter 9, the title is Compass of the Soul. And the writer of this message is Bezerra de Menezes. So let's just talk a little bit about Bezerra de Menezes. So Bezerra de Menezes came from the state of Ceará in the northeast of Brazil. Very simple, very poor state if you compare to São Paulo or Rio. But his family was not like a rich family either. So he went to Rio in that time, only the capital now, and the biggest city in the time, that was a city that could have universities for the people in the country to study. So he went there to study medicine, and he lived throughout his life in Rio. And nowadays, the medium Divaldo Franco, he gives lots of lectures all over the world, and many times he gives a message, a psychophonic message. He talks through Divaldo Franco. So Bezerra de Menezes' spirit talk through Divaldo Franco, the medium. And the messages are really beautiful, inspiring, and very touching. So this text is from this spirit, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes, who is also nicknamed the Doctor of the Poor, because through his life, through his career, he dedicated himself to the poor. He worked for free. He really did everything he could. If you can, and if you, oh, there is subtitles in English. You can just Google the movie Bezerra de Menezes, and then you will understand a little bit more of his life. But through his life, he gave everything. Even his medicine ring, he gave to a woman in order to be able to pay for the medication for her very sick son. So let's go. Prayer arises in the terrestrial existence as a key of inspiring light, unveiling the track that seems to be blocked in our eyes. It always teaches in the silence of the soul, and when it does not solve problems or does not get rid of suffering, it illuminates the mind and fortifies resignation. Prayer is contact with the infinity. Every sincere prayer means message with a precise address. And if sometimes it floats between smile and cry, it always ends by elevating to the superior fields where temporarily neither joy nor pain exist, but only peace and peace of the soul. Prayer is a dialogue. One who prays never monologues. Even less fortunate petition receives the adequate reply coming from the shadows. Meet your commitments at the right time. Punctuality is moral faithfulness in the balance of time. Give and you will receive. Help and someone will help you. Charity is the ideal receipt for all evils. Impartiality in judgment begins with us when we are benevolent with others and austere with ourselves. Where are the intersections of truth and your life? What is the relationship between you and the spiritual world? All the consequences of our actions become an example to others. Every opinion portrays the one who gives it. Life is a long trip to ports of perfect happiness. Prayer is the compass that places us under the guidance of the Lord, in which hands we must land at the rudder of the vessel of destiny. Prayer always, no, pray always, and the boat of your days will never get lost in the clouds of darkness. London, England, August 10, 1965. So just to clarify this sentence here that talks about the rudder of the vessel. So the rudder is that instrument that takes the, like this is better to see, takes the direction of the boat, makes the boat turn to the left or makes the boat turn to the right. So the sentence is, prayers is the compass that places us under the guidance of the Lord, in which hands we must land at the rudder of the vessel of destiny. Beautiful. So let me just say hello here quickly. So hello, Teresa. So nice of you saying that I look good in red. Hello, Carla, my dear. Nice to have you here, always helping. Daniela Stefanelli. Hello, Daniela. Very nice to have you. Matthew Mills. Hello, Matthew. It's always great to have you here. Katy Lee, wow, you are here, Katy. This is awesome. Giovanni Carvalho, hello, Giovanni. Very good to have you all here. So this message is beautiful. And as I was saying before, it's very connected to the chapter of the gospel that we are going to be talking about today. So please do not leave when we finish this book, because the gospel is so important. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't think so. You know, the gospel is the Bible. Oh, no, I don't want it. I don't need it. And actually, it's one of the most important books for all of us, because this is the vessel of our life. This is what guides us morally. So the Spirit's book is a very general book. It talks about everything. I love the Spirit's book because there are Kardec was able to ask really great questions that everybody think about and they don't know how to answer. So he got really great answers from the spirits. And then he divided the Spirit's book, I can even talk today, in many other books. And the gospel is the book that analyzes the moral teachings of Jesus. So the gospel is the one who gives us the guidelines of what's happening in my life, why I'm suffering, what is suffering, and so many other things. So I really love the gospel. It's a very important book for all of us, especially for the ones who are suffering. And that's what we're going to talk about today. What is suffering? And what is suffer well and suffer badly? What's the difference? So that's what we're going to be talking in the gospel today. So, Saul, hello, Saul, you arrived. So, Bezerra de Menezes, let me remind you guys, please make comments and write whatever you want, a question, so we can discuss. I really don't like this monologue. Vanessa knows how much I really like the interaction when we give classes in the Spiritist Center. It's so good that we have so many people and we really interact. Like this is a monologue for me, and I would love to see your comments and your questions. It's really good. So the first sentence, prayer arises in the terrestrial existence as a key of inspiring light, unveiling the track that seemed to be blocked in our eyes. So it's almost like when we are in pain, when we are going through a difficult situation, we get stressed. We get really in a situation that we can't see anything. Everything seems dark. Every possibility seems closed. And we start thinking there is no way that I can change the situation. Doesn't matter what situation. When it's happening for us, for all of us, it's very difficult. Unfortunately, most of the people get really stressed and they forget everything we are studying here. We forget it. I am including myself there because many times I forget. I have to say that a few times my son, who is 14 now, but he already reminded me this. I'm going to tell you one story. I love to tell my personal stories. One time we lived in New Jersey. We lived in downtown Jersey City, and we took the train from Manhattan to Jersey City. It's super quick. It's 10 minutes. And I left the train really quickly. I was returning from the Spiritism Center. I had a bunch of bags, and my son, who was like 9, I guess, 9 or 10 in that time. And so I'm paying attention to him, and I got like a bag and I got out. And when I got out of the train, immediately the door was like closing. And I remember I feel so light. And then I said, oh, I forgot my bag. So when I returned to the door, I saw the door. What? So I was like, oh my God, my bag. And I was pointing. And there were some people sitting right next to me that they were looking at me like what do you want? What's happening? And I was trying to point that my bag was under the seat. So I left the subway, the train, and I forgot my main bag under the seat. And I was carrying a bag that had like a jacket, had books, had water. But my bag with credit cards, with the keys, with money, I forgot inside the subway. So when I left, I was desperate. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? So I start like really stressed. And I didn't know if I wait for the next train or if I was going to go up. I had no idea what to do. And then I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then my son, who was very young, 9 or 10, he told me, Mamãe, why don't you pray? And then I remember looking at him so young. And then I'm like, I got shocked because my young son was telling me to pray. And I am the one who was returning from the Spirit Center where I was coordinating the night. And I forgot to pray. So I was like, oh my God, you're right. So it was really quickly. So I grabbed his hands and we did 1 minute prayer, just asking God to help us to be able to recover the bag. So would make our lives easier, especially with the keys of the house, everything. So in that moment, I had the inspiration of taking the other train and going to the final station, to the main station. So we went there, and there was like a person from the subway, and then I spoke with him, and he told me go to the police station upstairs and see if anyone found it. So I went there. The police came with me. Long story short, I couldn't find anything. The police put me back inside the train, so we were able to go to our home. We arrived there, and I had to ask the security to open the door. Thank God it was a building, so there was another set of keys. And when I go in the house, immediately the phone ring. I had, in that time, I had home phone. Oh, yes, my cell phone was also inside the bag, so another thing. So the home phone rings, and it's my husband. And my husband said, oh, my God, are you okay? And then I'm like, what? Yes, I'm like, why is he asking this? And then he said, a woman just called me from your cell phone. She said that she found your bag and she wanted to know where we live, and she's returning to give the bag to you. I was shocked. I was really like, what? I was very surprised. So she had found the bag, called the number, and she found my husband's number, and she told him what happened. So I'm not saying that this person returned me the bag because I prayed. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that when I prayed, I was able to calm down and at least think what I should do and see possibilities, see solutions. And I'm not saying either that every time you pray, ooh, a magic is going to happen and whatever situation you're going through is going to clear, because it's not that. But the prayer helps us to calm down, helps us to see possibilities, to see light, like it's saying here. It unveils our eyes when they are dark. So it's beautiful. Prayers are really beautiful and powerful, and most of us don't understand it, don't see this beauty. Another thing that demonstrates the power of prayer is also during the mediumship meetings that we have here. Many times the spirits, they arrive with so much suffering, so much pain, so much hatred, that they do not see anything. They only see whatever they are telling you. Whatever they are going through is the only thing they see. And you try to talk to the spirits, you try to resonate with them, and they can't understand. But it's okay, because they are with so much pain within them that they cannot normally resonate. And then many times we ask them, can I pray for you? And most of the time they say yes. But sometimes they say no. And sometimes they, I don't believe in it. I never prayed when I was on, on, on earth, or when I was living. But then we insist. And then we say, but would you allow me to do it for you? You don't need to do anything. You just listen. And sometimes they are in so much pain. They say, do whatever you want. And then we pray. And then we pray and we ask guidance. We ask God to help us, to enlighten him, or to bring some relief to the problem. And I have to say that 99% of the time, the spirits are able to calm down. They are able to talk to us. They are able to listen, because some of them just want to talk, 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 talk. So it's beautiful. It's beautiful how it is like this amazing relief. So it's really powerful. So we all should really do more usage of the power of the prayer. And we don't. So this is something for you just to think about. The next time you are going through pain, some kind of thing that you don't know what to do, you're very stressed, take just 1 minute, go to a corner, and just elevate your thoughts to God, to Jesus, to whatever saint, if you believe in saints, or whatever you think. If you don't even believe in God, but you believe in the superior energy, because a lot of people tell me this, then pray for this, and the superior energy will for sure help you and guide you. So it's very important. Let me see if anyone wrote anything here, so I can comment. Giovanni Carvalho, hello, Giovanni, welcome, welcome. Saul Souza, hello, Angela, good to see you. Yes, very good to see you, Saul. Hello, Vanessa, how are you? Oh, I can see the system for Kardec Radio. The sound is working, that's ótimo, that's great. Okay, so Matthew said that's great. And Teresa said the beta vibratory state. Yes, perfect. When we pray, we elevate our level of energy and we vibrate much, much better than what's going on, because when you're stressed, we go down. Every time we're stressed or we are angry, our energy from here goes woof. That's why we have the tendency to connect to whatever is floating in this lower area. So the spirits that are floating here, they connect with our vibrations when they are bad. And this is very bad for us because we get more stressed. We get inspired by spirits that are not really good, and it's worse. So when we are really down, it's better we pray so we can go up here, and then our guardian angel will come down and help us with whatever situation we are going through. So in the first page, Bezerra also says, prayer is a dialogue. One who prays never monologues. This is very beautiful. The even less fortunate petitions receives the adequate reply coming from the shadows. Meaning, even the ones who are trying to do something negative, they will be listened through other spirits who are vibrating in that zones. So they will listen to whatever they are doing. But we have to remember, we are never on we are never abandoned. Whenever we pray, we are always guided, we are always inspired, but it depends on us to be able to listen to this positive inspiration. Depends on us to exercise our free will well. The guardian angel, the spirit that guides us, will never impose something on us. Never. He will inspire us. Well, Angela, think better, calm down, relax. There is always a light at the end of the tunnel, or you shouldn't do that, be careful. But he's never gonna, don't do it, stop, stop, stop. No, because it's depend on us. Although we would be little toys that can be guided there and here, and it's not like that. So when he says prayer is a dialogue, I like to think like the prayer is really when you are talking to God. You know, you are praying, so you are talking to God. You are telling God whatever you are going through. You are telling God your difficulties. You are telling God the things you did wrong, and you feel very bad, and you want to change, you want to improve. But when you meditate, you are listening to God's answer. You are listening to the good spirit's answer, to the good spirit's inspiration. So this is beautiful. When you pray, you talk. When you meditate, you listen. And I'm not talking about the very professional meditations that the people have to sit still and for hours trying to really connect with something super superior. That's very hard for me. But I'm talking about a meditation of 5 minutes. Divaldo Franco have many beautiful guided meditations that you listen to his voice guiding you through it. But you can even use the 5 minutes. There are many beautiful guided meditations in English in the internet, 5-10 minutes. The person is saying positive things and you just listen and you relax. But you can also put just the sound of the ocean. I live in Miami, so I like to listen the sound of the ocean or the rain or whatever sound you like. And you just think. You think about everything you're going through and how beautiful would it be if it could change in a positive way. And you exercise your imagination. And through this exercise, you will be listening ideas. And these ideas are are the answers that are being brought through the enlightened spirits to you. So this is beautiful. We should all try to exercise this power of prayer and also meditation, that many times we don't meditate. So I would like to listen from you guys. You guys today are extremely quiet. Anything to say here? Let me see here. Prayer is like a vitamin for the soul. Yes, yes, exactly. Prayer is like a vitamin for the soul. It's very important. So I don't know if you guys practice the God at home or the gospel at home. We do. And there is one point here on the second page that talks, meet your commitments at the right time. Punctuality is moral faithfulness in the balance of time. And this is true. We know that the elevated spirits are extremely busy, extremely busy. They use every single minute of their lives. So they can attend lots and lots and lots of people, but they have a very busy agenda, very busy calendar. So if you do your gospel on Tuesdays at 8:30, start it at 8:30. Do not start at 9 p.m. Do not say, oh, it's okay, let me finish this soap opera and then 9 o'clock I start. Because they will not be there. You will do your gospel, yes, but you will not be inspired by your protector, by your home, or by any other enlightened spirits, because they are very busy and they want you to respect their time. So this for us is like is something that we have to learn, because we have this tendency of not being very punctual. Punctuality is something that I really learned in the United States. The Americans are extremely punctual. And it's very beautiful. It's very beautiful to say, you say to someone, please be there at 9. And 5 to 9, they arrive. Brazilians, you say 9, and they arrive at 10:30. Yes. So when I used to do big parties in New York, I had to tell the Americans 9 and the Brazilians 8. Although the Americans would arrive and the place would be empty, and all the Brazilians would arrive 1 hour and a half later. What is extremely annoying, because you want the place the people to arrive at the same time so they can coordinate, they can meet, they can enjoy together. But this is something that we are learning, as so many others. But this is important for us to understand, that the elevated spirits, this is something important for us. And here in America, it's normal. It's abnormal. You say 9, the person arrives at 10:30, and he thinks it's okay. So this is something for us to understand and to practice. So we have to go to the gospel, but the main important thing in this chapter is really to teach us how the prayer can change us to feel calmer, to feel better, and to have a better idea of a solution, for example. So this is really what the Bezerra says about the rudder of the vessel. So the guidance, where your vessel, where my life is going, where my life is going to go. So when we are stressed, think about in a stressful situation. When you are stressed, you have a tendency, you and me, have a tendency of doing things that you wouldn't do if you were in a different situation. If you were calmer, you wouldn't do that. When you are angry, when somebody starts telling you things that start making you angry and angry and angry, we are all like a volcano. We have this tendency of boof. And if instead of waiting for the boof, we could relax and just God, please help me. Help me to get out of this situation in the best way possible, in a positive way. Help me to avoid worse problems. We would be guided. So this is something for us to think and to act, because this is very important and this is very, very helpful to all of us. My God, I'm so looking at my lipstick, it's like orange. So Matthew says, I do love to talk, but I often don't know what to talk about. What? How don't you know what to talk about? Of course you do. You are here with us for so many months, I think. I have seen you here for months, and this is awesome. I'm very happy that you participate. This is so good. We all can make comments. Imagine me here, I have to be talking for 1 hour. The good thing is that I enjoy talking, so talking is not a problem. So Teresa said, when it comes to time, I'm Brazilian. Oh my God, Teresa, don't do it. Teresa, you have to learn the good qualities of most of the Brazilians. You know, Brazilians are very happy people. They are very welcome. They have so many problems, but they have the tendency, us, have the tendency of overseeing it. But unpunctuality is not one of our good qualities. So please, no, don't do that. Don't do that. In this point, we all have to get better. But I have to say that since I moved to the United States with my American husband, I learned a lot. And many times when I tell him, oh, well, I don't really tell this anymore because I'm here already for 19 years. But in the beginning, I used to tell him, oh, but in Brazil, we do like this and we do like that. And then he used to say, oh, good. But I guess you are in the United States right now, so you should do like here. And then I'm like, he's right. He is right. So Saul said, I just did the gospel at home today at 8 p.m. with my teenager. I chose chapter 5 from the gospel. She had so many questions and I loved it. That's phenomenal. That's awesome. So this is very good. I also do the gospel with my teenager, and many times he has amazing questions, very tricky questions. So it's like, it's good for us because we can exercise our knowledge. You can really think. There is a lecture I listened today in Portuguese, unfortunately, of a great woman, and she was talking about the children, the indigo children and the crystal children. And she was giving the characteristics of both types of indigo and crystal. And I was like, wow, this is so amazing. So the kids of nowadays, they are very different. They are very different in many aspects. I also saw a video this week of a baby that was born. It was just born. The mother was laying there. Was I don't know if it was a C-section, but the mother was laying there, and the doctor took the baby, and the baby grabbed his arm, and the baby was walking. It was like, I cannot believe. And the doctor is saying, oh my God, if this baby is just born and is walking. And then it shows the baby walking, holding his arms. So these are the kids of nowadays. They are born already opening the eyes, with the neck very stiff, and they are walking. The kids of the past, my goodness, totally different. So this new generation is really changing our world. So very good for us. But as parents, we need to be strong and guide them well. We need to guide them well. We need to be a good source of inspiration, but they need to be guided anyway. So my friends, let's go to the gospel according to the Spiritism. So let's see here. Let's see here. People are, American people are very punctual. Exactly. I want to be like American people. I'm the American girl that has to be punctual. Teresa said, crystal kids. Yes, Teresa, there are different types of spirits reincarnating. The indigo kids that are extremely intelligent, but they are not extremely moral elevated. So they really need to be very guided, well guided by their parents, because their intelligence is very developed, but the morality not that much. So the parents will need to help them. We'll need to help them. We'll need to put like a, don't do it. The indigo children, they do not accept a no. No, no way, I will do it. So the parents have to explain, no, you cannot do it because this, and this. The consequences will be this, and this. And then the indigo children will understand, will still question, but he may be able to not do it. So the indigo kids are very challenging. They are very tough, but their intelligence is extremely superior to our intelligence. The crystal kids, they are coming also, but in a smaller amounts. The indigo are coming in tens of thousands all over the planet. And the crystal, they are coming in smaller amounts. The crystal is like the blessing. They are extremely intelligent and extremely morally elevated. So these are the children that are changing the daily lives of the parents. These are the children that have this really good heart. Children that are so young, and we see many times videos of little children saying, what is this? And the mother said, oh, this is fish. And I saw the video today. And the kid said, fish? Fish has a head and a heart. And the mother said, yes. Oh, I don't want to eat fish. You killed the fish. And the mother said, no, I didn't kill, but another person killed. Oh, no, I don't want to eat fish. And the mother is like talking. And then she said, okay, can you at least eat the potato and the rice? And he's like, potato and rice does not have a head or heart. And she said, no. Okay, good. So these are the kids that are coming, and they have already this heart that's so different from us. Also in the aspects of